We are going to roll through a cat-cow just to stretch everything out to get started. Should feel really nice. This is our core focus 20-minute class. Go ahead and just find your inhale, find your exhale. One more time here. Tuck your toes and hike your hips all the way up to the sky. Find your down dog. Press your hips all the way up. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Spread your fingertips super, super wide. Find that base. Shift your weight forward. Find your long arm plank. Just breathe here. Finding a little stillness. So we have 20 minutes of core work here. That core work starts right here with this plank. Your abdominals are 100% engaged. You have a neutral spine, meaning you have a slight sway in your low back. Your belly button is pulling up and back. I'm trying to find the best spot for this mic so that you can hear me. Wow, that got loud, didn't it? Okay, hold it here. You have 10 counts. Drop your hips just a smidge so that they're in line with your shoulders. I'm looking at all of you right now. Make sure your hips are in line with your shoulders. Okay, you have 4. You have 3. We're gonna find that down dog right here. One more time. Hips go high, press your chest back. That's your inhale. Your exhale, you come right back to that plank. Tap your knees down. Find a 1-inch hover of your knees. Hold here in your tabletop plank. You have 4, 3, 2, hike your hips up, come back to that down dog, float forward, find your long arm plank. You have 4, you have 3, 2, slide down to your forearms. Left forearm, right forearm. Press your forearms all the way into your mat. Drop your hips in line with your shoulders, press your heels back. You have 10 counts here. You have 4. You have 3. 2, replace your forearms with your palms. Find your long arm plank one more time. Shoot your heart forward. Spiral the inseam of your pants up towards the ceiling. You have 20 counts here. This is your chance to get a little bit deeper. Find some stillness. Set an intention for this next 20 minutes that are all about you. You have 10 counts. You get a quick extension stretch in 4, 3, 2, tap your knees down, untuck your toes, send your hands long behind you. Hips go high, chest is open. Beautiful. Cross your ankles, come to a seated position. Send your legs long in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. This is your neutral spine meditation. We're not here for long. I just want you to establish that abdominal engagement. We are going to roll down and find flat back on your mat. We are pretty much going to be on our mats in this sort of situation for most of class. Keep your feet at hips distance. Walk your feet in towards you. Roll all the way down, finding your flat back on your mat. Slide your feet in close to you. Lift your heels. Press your belly all the way down and drag your toes in, in. So feet are hips distance. Your low back is pressing down into your mat. You don't like the sensation of the toe pulls, you can always stay with your feet grounded and just exhale and press your back down into the mat. Pressing down, flattening out your belly. We change in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold your heels up. Send your left leg long as on a hover. Send your right toes all the way up towards the ceiling and start to press your inner thighs in towards one another. It's like a scissoring effect here. Right away, finding those obliques. One thing I like to say in all of my classes, but certainly in this class, this is about your abdominals. It's not about moving your legs around. So if any of the variations that we add on don't work for you, come back to either one leg or feet planted on the ground and just exhale. Lots of variations. We're gonna switch it up in 4, 3, 2, let's find those big rainbows here. Some people call this helicopters. You're gonna take your legs out wide like you're tracing a rainbow, and your right foot comes to a hover. Then you're going to take your left foot back to that hover, finding a super wide range of motion. This is actually very similar to when we do like a crisscross of your ankles. We've just taken the movement into a larger range here. I love this one. It feels so good. It's a great little hip stretch. One more time, and we're gonna hold this right foot at a hover, and you're gonna find those little scissors in. Beautiful. You're just finding that little scissor in. You have 4, 3, 2, send both legs all the way up to the sky, drop them down to your challenge point, and find that little crisscross here. So now you're doing a very similar movement, but you've cut the range of motion down to a much smaller scale. Press, cross, cross, cross. It's quick. Hit that beat. We hold your legs long and find a hold in 6. Take 2. Last one here. Glue your legs together. Find that challenge point. Send your fingers all the way up towards the ceiling. Roll your shoulders down and back. Maybe your thumbs reach long behind you. Maybe you've taken so many classes that you can actually touch your thumbs to the floor behind you. Drop your feet 1 more inch. Squeeze the inseam of your pants together. You have 8, 4, 3, 2. Listen carefully. Slide your hands behind your thighs and just lift your head, neck, and shoulders up off of the mat and find your low C curve here. Lifting through center. Biceps are engaged. It's lift. It's lift. Now, if you can see me, you see that my toes are actually maybe a couple inches forward of my hips. I find when I send my toes a little bit further away from me, it helps me get up a little bit higher. You know what else helps me? These bad boys, these guns. Use your biceps here. Let's check in with your hips. Your hips are in the same position here that they just were in flat back. I like to do these back to back because nothing changes. There's no tip up of your hips here. We're keeping it out of your hip flexors. Slide your hands into the meaty part of your thighs, not behind your knees. It says drop your hands down just an inch or 2. I see a couple people that are a little too close to those knees. Really feel that feedback, those thighs pressing into your hands, your palms pulling on, engaging your biceps. Lift, lift. We find our bicycles in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Left leg comes back to that hover. Right thigh stays high. Bend your right knee. Hands are behind your right leg to start. Lift yourself up 1 more inch, then switch. Switch. You can take these at this 1 count. You can take them faster and skip the grip. You can take your hands behind your head, which is what I really like to do, and then press the back of your head into your hands. You want to keep that length through your neck so that you're not crunching your chin into your chest. Wherever you are, start to add a little bit of a twist, side to side, finding those obliques. If your hands are behind your head, please make sure that your elbows stay out nice and wide. So this isn't a traditional crunch. Keeping that openness through your chest, finding that support for your head. Beautiful, Deb. Nice, Mara. Well, Susan, I'm glad you got up and joined us this morning. Here you go. You got it. This is it. Stay with me here. You have 4. You have 3, 2, Last one, reclaim your thighs, plant your feet on the mat, and just lift through center here. This is where we finish. Obviously, not finish class, but finish your low C curve. We'll find a quick little stretch and spinal extension to counteract all of this front body work. In 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the lift. Your final hold can be your choice. You can stay holding on, press your palms down into the carpeting or your mat, lift your chest up 1 more inch. Wherever you are, you have 10 counts. Get a little deeper, get a little higher. Pull your belly button down, flatten out your abdominals here. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and flip over onto your belly. Let's find a little bit of a baby cobra here to start. So press your palms below your shoulders and just lift up here. Hang on to that lift as you float your toes up off your mat. Glue your legs together and find those little lifts. Lift, lift, lift. We take this spinal extension here to just remind our bodies that we work front and back body in these classes, yes? So this is a great time to squeeze your seat. Your abdominals are still engaged and lifting up off of your mat, but this should feel good through your front body. We're gonna come right back into your round back in 4, 3, 2, press back into a quick child's pose. Cross your ankles, send your feet just to hips distance. Grab on behind your thighs 1 more time, roll down onto your sacrum, pause. Press your forearms down into your mat. Walk your feet back towards your seat. Take right leg to rooftop, left leg to rooftop. Glue your legs together. You've got to bend in your knees here. Start to just exhale. Exhale. Every time you exhale, your belly button is pulling down. Your legs will move a little closer to you. That's good. Last 3. 2 exhales. Last exhale, hold on to that engagement. Send your toes high to the ceiling. If this bothers your hip flexors, take a slight bend in your knees. Walk your left leg down for 2 and up for 2. Right leg down for 2, up for 2. Down and down, up and up. I like to start slowly here so that you can really isolate what's engaged. And what's engaged are your abdominals. Your heart is lifted. Last one left at this pace, last one right. Take it to a single count. It's down. If you ever start to feel like you're slumping into your shoulders, slow the leg movement down. Cut it in half. Beautiful. So much control. Yep, that's it. It's super simple. We have 1 more variation coming up here. Stay with me. You have 4. You have 3. 2. Last one, glue your legs together. Send them out to your challenge point. Heels stay together. Separate your toes and flex your feet. You found a narrow V with your feet here. Find a bend and reach. Bend and reach. Every time you reach, that's your cue to exhale. And pull your belly button down. So it's exhale. Exhale. Just bending and reaching here. Class flies by. We have 1 more set of abdominals. We'll finish up in your high C curve, but bring your attention here to the backs of your shoulders. Lift up and out. Really press those forearms down. See if you can find a deeper reach. Then reach. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Glue your toes together. Send your legs out longer. Maybe you lift up a little higher. Maybe you send your toes a little further away from you. Really tip your hips up. Exaggerate that tip. You have 10, Stay with me here. You have 5. Beautiful. Plant your feet together. Roll all the way down. Grab on behind your thighs and lift up. We're gonna find roll downs. Your feet are together. It's gonna be a little more challenging. Just rolling it all the way back and up. On this next one, stay on your sacrum and we're finding your high C curve. Find that tip of your hips and that curl of your ribs. Your inner thighs are glued together. It's tiny. Your abdominals are at their warmest right now. You're just tipping and curling. This is a great time to send your arms long and find that nice wide V shape to keep your heart open. You don't need to hold on here because your abdominals will not be probably any warmer all day. Yep. It's tip and curl. We're going to take a little challenge here. Hold your tip, hold your curl. Take your right hand across your abdominals so your forearm presses down. Slide your left leg long and start to find a tip and a curl as you raise your arm and lower it just back to shoulder height. Tip and curl, tip and curl. You should be able to feel that left oblique really engage. Again, if this isn't working for you, keep your legs bent, hold on behind. This is just an extra challenge. I just like to throw something in here to spice it up a little. Yep, I mean, you got up, you came, we might as well make it fun, right? Last 2. Last one. Bend your left leg, send your left forearm across your abdominals, right arm reaches long, tip your hips up and curl. Stay low here, hold on to that tip and curl. Now slide your right leg long and find that tip and curl. So your arm reaches up towards the ceiling as you tip and can come right back to that V, that diagonal shape as you curl. Tip, curl. Beautiful job. This is where we finish. You just have a hold coming up. Stay with me here. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. Last one. Send your left leg long to meet your right leg. Squeeze your heels together. Wrap your arms. Both arms are across your midsection here. Press down. Tip your hips up 1 more inch. Let's just take 10 tips and curls here, and we hold. 5. 4, I hear that stretch song starting. 3, 2, here's your hold. Maybe you float your heels up off the carpeting. Maybe you squeeze your inner thighs a little tighter. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job, ladies. Go ahead and plant your feet down and let's find a bridge to open up through the front body here. Lift your hips up like you're finding high back dancing. You can thread your hands underneath your seat and lift your hips up a little higher. Really open up through the front of your body. Squeeze your seat. Feel that lift. And gently lower down. And find a happy baby just because it's Friday morning and it's going to feel great. Grab onto the outsides of your soles of your feet. Rock side to side. Massage out your low back. And send your toes high to the ceiling. Slide your hands all the way up behind your calves. Feel a nice stretch through hamstrings and calves. Point and flex your toes. Lift your hips up a little bit more. And we'll take a quick twist here just to wring out our obliques. Slide right knee over left. Knees to the left, gaze to the right. Woo. Inhale. Exhale, knees come back through center. And just switch the cross of your knees. Send them all the way to the right. And ground that left shoulder as your gaze goes left. Come back through center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourselves a big squeeze here. And then when you're ready, send legs long. Your hands can come to your sides. Palms can reach up towards the ceiling. And just give yourself 30 seconds, not even a full minute, just 30 seconds to breathe, to seal in your work, to know that you're ready to go out into the day and face whatever comes your way. I'm a big girl now. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Again, any and all feedback is welcome. Have a great day.